All right, we are starting off the new SLR angle kit video here at DDM IRL on the ECO-Boost BMW. Ow!
Bro.
That could be what I was feeling too.
You're not even gonna recognize this car. The old heat and beat.
Now, with that being said, in this video we are going to go over not only installing the SLR Ultra angle kit, but we're also going to be disassembling what is on here already.
It's holding you back. There were some design flaws with the system. That is definitely like Etsy.com, like homemade shit. And it's fucking bent, dude.
It's from 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's bent too.
Oh, wow.
Like not even a little bent either. Some of the geometry wasn't the best. It didn't have a great way for lock stops, so you kept having that interference issue with your lead wheel and trying to stop or catch. And so we're just gonna fix that. We're gonna make this really simple and get a proper angle set up on here, some good lower control arms, a little bit stronger materials, and we're just gonna let you push the limits a little bit more.
Hell yeah. So with that said, we're gonna go in and putting this angle kit on. So first things first, taking the tie rod off.
So we're gonna start by breaking this end loose, and then we'll go ahead and pull our coil over off of our knuckle. So we have access to our bolts here to get the steering knuckle adapter off, as well as get the outer tie rod nut loose. And then we can go ahead and just use the outer tie rod end to thread off of the inner, which we won't be changing at this time.
So why do you do the PU blaster after you?
It actually can help wick in to the threads a little bit if it's hot.
Yeah.
And it actually cools it down a little bit, which kind of thermal shocks it too, which is also going to help break that bond between the materials, and the iron oxide, whatever rust is in here, will also kind of get shocked by that temperature change. So.
Yeah. And obviously, I mean, how long you think these tie rods have been like this for?
Several seasons. This has probably been quite a few years on this car as a drift car. And who knows, these could have been originally the street car version of this car before it was made into a drift car, because they are an OE style. So these could have been on here for a long time. There it goes. There it is. There's our knuckle adapter that we are going to be getting rid of. We no longer need that.
So with your lower ball joints, you have, it's not a perfectly machined straight up and down, stays the same shape the whole length of the shank. They're actually a tapered fit, so when it draws in with your nut, it actually presses onto the shaft, and that will help spread the load and bear the load of the car and the suspension. The method we're gonna use, because we really don't care, we're not reusing this, we're not reusing that. I'm just gonna put a little bit of heat into the knuckle, not enough to damage anything. And then we're going to exercise a little bit of stress relief.
You really want to breathe in all of this smoke. It is excellent for your health and your lungs. Also, if you're going to be using a torch, please be aware of where your nearest fire extinguisher is and or fire blanket. Shop air hose, water spigot if it's not winter outside. Have a plan in case a fire happens, because there's a lot of grease and junk, and this car has leaked oil, so who knows what could be down here that's flammable. So always exercise caution when you're using a torch, folks.
I think it's there.
Yep.
There she is.
There she is. Now we're going to be taking the two bolts that hold our lollipop part of the factory lower control arm out, and this will end up being replaced by a really nice adjustable piece in the SLR kit to give us some caster adjustment on the front end a little more easily.
Boom.
And as simple as that.
So this final bolt's gonna really depend on what engine's in your car. With the ECO-Boost, we were able to go through the top on the, what is that, the passenger?
That would be the driver's side.
On the driver's side. On the passenger side, we're gonna figure it out. But it's on the other side of this guy right here.
Yeah, we're up above the subframe, in front of the motor mount, and under the turbo and the fresh air intake part of the turbo. So we definitely have some obstacles in our way, but it will just be a matter of finding the right combination of tools, whether we take it out with a hand ratchet or whatever. But I think our best approach is going to be coming from the backside of the subframe to get it.
Yep, so we're gonna come from back here and then. Yay! All right, now just do that to the other side, and you got all the OEM suspension off. We just finished off taking off the angle kit on the BMW. Now it's time to put on the SLR Ultra angle kit.
So what you have here is your SLR steering plate, and we are going to be installing this on the knuckle. So we're going to get this installed. You have your main shank, that would be where your factory ball joint goes, is through here. This will be going through the spherical bearing on your new lower control arm. This will be your outer tie rod pickup point. If you reference the stock knuckle, you notice it moves it inboard more towards the center line of the knuckle, which will quicken your steering ratio, so you get more turns per lock and you get some extra angle out of that. And another really neat part when I was looking at this, the Ackerman, there are 4 settings, one piece. You don't have to change out little inserts or anything. It's very well designed. The pieces fit together really nicely. Very high quality part. So let's go ahead and get this stabbed on. Now there is a tapered side and a flat side to these nuts. Make sure you put the flat side towards the washer. That will give you the best load dispersion and better torque spec. Alright, that will support itself now. What we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and get these snug, not torque anything down. Leave just a little bit of play in everything, so that way as we get the control arm on and our other componentry, it's easier to kind of manipulate everything, get everything started, and then go through and torque everything down to spec.
Alright, we got our lollipop in the back here, and we got these 2 indentations from the factory that we're going to stick the back half of these holes onto. Hold, there it is, it goes right in, and then it's a nice little guide for the bolts that come with the kit, and then we'll get them started, slowly draw them in, make sure the SLR is facing down so that you can actually see it, that way you know it's the correct direction, and then this adjustable bit is going to be in the back.
Alright, so now we are going to be installing our lower control arm. What we're going to start with is we're going to take our I call it a shank set nut on here. So you take both of those off. Take this fancy little piece off, and these ends are going to sit inside of your heim joint, rose joint here. So we'll put the top side through, feed the bottom, make sure it gets seated into the joint completely. And again, we're not tightening everything to torque just yet. We're just going to get everything snug, get everything installed, and then we'll go through and do a final torque and nut bolt check, make sure we get everything.
kit all bolted up. We're gonna be torquing everything. First thing we are torquing are these guys right here, the bolts that go through the subframe, and these guys are a 60 foot-pound torque spec, so we're gonna do that. All right. This is 63 foot-pounds of torque, 41 pounds of torque on this guy, and then 81 on this bolt right here. It is on the car.
Bet you can't do that again.
It's on the car. There you go. Yeah, so we did get SLR on the car. Does look quite beautiful. Now, alignment-wise, the steering wheel is turned this way while going straight, so there's some things to fix. Well, like, that's what the alignment's for, obviously. But now you at least centered it so that it will drive straight.
Yep,
with
centered
both
the rack,
straight.
eyeballed the toe, just a real basic setting. This is gonna get an actual alignment before it sees track time.
Right.
So we're just basically getting it to where it's close enough that it can drive on a trailer, be safe, get to the shop, and they don't have to spend 4 hours doing the base settings. They can just go in and just kind of start working at their track spec stuff, whatever they feel is going to best suit the chassis for your driving style. They can put in different levels of Ackerman. We can put in different levels of caster, get some different self-steer. We're going to see some different things. I have decided once we got into this kit, and I would like to see you switch to a different style sway bar. I don't like that these mount to the shock coilover bodies. I would like to see that pick up off of the lower control arm, but it works for now. It'll still drive great. But overall, the install was pretty easy. In an afternoon, we did it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the transformation is on the chassis itself.
Awesome. Yeah, and shout out again Travis Reeder from Travis Reeder Motorsports on the setup help for the car that we're going to be using spec-wise. And then also, you know, if you guys are curious, be sure to give a like, subscribe. We are going to continue. There's lots of other stuff going on with this car at the moment. You might be able to see some pipes that are in places. So there are lots of other goodies going on right now.
There's some good stuff happening behind me, but you can't see it yet.
You might be able to catch some of it, but yes. So next episode, we will have some more shenanigans.
We'll have some updates. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next time.
Oh.